bit for you to come in. It's not going to be a long laugh. It's just going to be one of those that I have to do very quickly because I just received some information that Earl Martell has made a few Facebook posts, and I find them extremely interesting, extremely revealing. So I want to be the one to bring it to you very, very quickly. But I don't know if I'm actually premiering. I'm not sure if I'm actually live. I think I am. So let me wait just for a little bit, for a very little bit, and see who's shown up. Because this is a quick video only, guys. Just to make sure the information gets out there. Yep, I see people coming. At this time, wow, holy crap. Thank you for showing up, everybody. And thank you for being here. This is short notice because Earl Martell made some Facebook posts and I just looked at them and I find them very, very interesting. Hey, Grandra. Hey, Sandy, and I am live. Short notice, people. I think I'm going to do it like that from now on. Whenever something good comes my way, I'll go live immediately. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it. You know what I'm saying? So right now, let me get a picture of this dude, Earl Martell, man. Da-da-da. Okay. I should have a... Hey, Claudia, Kat, Jules, everybody. Those of you who are still up, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. Gosh, I need some coffee now. I wasn't ready. I got to make sure I'm 100% ready. But Earl Martell made some Facebook posts. Can you believe it? Oh, my God. And let me give you a hint. That a-hole is equally deceptive as his son is. The same style, too. The same style of speaking, the same style of avoiding. And I just want to slap him when I see this. It's all just mind-blowing. Okay. Well, let me go to the first one, or the one that stands out the most. This is the kicker right here. This one is the kicker, guys. I hope you can get a good look at it. I'm getting coffee. Wait, guys. I just put the coffee on. I'm about to get it. I'm about to start pouring it, drinking it, having it with you. I was planning to do something else, guys. Hey, have you heard? Is everybody familiar with the case of Alan Greenberg? Yes or no? Are you familiar with the case of Alan Greenberg? 3 answers. Yes, no, kinda. Geez, what's going on with my other laptop, man? They fixed it. I'm displaying it doesn't seem fixed. My computer needs restarting. What the hell? No, it doesn't. You need restarting. Oh, you're not familiar with it. Okay. I can talk about that in a little bit. If you're still awake and up for it. But I'm going to have to play a Joseph Morris video on it to give you guys an idea. What do you want to hear first? Alan or Earl? Earl or Alan? Who's first? You decide. Well, let me decide. Because I think Earl is first, right? Yes, everybody says Earl. Good. Earl. I just made the same decision when I got my coffee. It's like, what the hell? I want this nutbag out of my way. Look at this Facebook post he made. By the way, he hadn't made a Facebook post in 6 months, right? No, sorry, in almost a year. 6 months before Jack and Lilly went missing, November 24, he made the last post. But before that, the last post was a year before that. So it's not unusual for him to take long breaks from Facebook. And if you see the content of his posts, it's like, I just want to get this one out of the way. I mean, it's not very exciting what he posts, right? Look at my tour. Look at my, whatever the hell it is. I don't even know what it is. Check it out. And before that, October 23. So it's not unusual for him. He's not he's not like a foodie or somebody he's a toolie, not a foodie, right? He posts his tools or his equip, whatever it is, his machinery. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Excavator? I don't know. But that's his style, right? Not a foodie, a toolie. Or, okay, and I shut up. I'm not going to be. So then he made a post, I guess 2 weeks ago already, October 2. And then I guess he made a post yesterday that I missed. But this is what is what has been brought to my attention. And this is the good one. Look at what this asshole is saying here. Can you see it? I give you a minute if you want. Forever sentence, no exclamation mark, no dot, no break in between. This is a ranting type of post, people. He is a ranter, not renter, but ranter with an A. He is a ranter, just like his ex-wife. This style of writing, no dots, no commas, no exclamation marks, just bam, or just one sentence. Meaning, I can't wait to speak. I can't wait to say whatever I want to say, and I don't have the self-awareness to make sure it's structured enough for everybody to kind of get what I'm saying. So I think that Daniel, got it from somebody, and he got it from both parents, in my opinion. Because when Daniel gets going, you see, Daniel is not aware of how he comes off because the people the parents that a child models him or herself after both have the same style. So growing up, he thought this is just the way people speak. And you know what? It was better when I'm going to look at your comments. This is a goodie. It's a doozy, people. Listen to what he says. Been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy. Each night I think of Jack and Lily and Jack running up driveway, calling me grandpa when I picked up my own grandkids once after Jack's birthday, asked why I wasn't invited. Malehya said only family were invited. I was more a grandparent to those children than anyone of their real ones ever were. Sorry for rant, but it's time I started speaking out. Dude, there are like 7 major. Can you see where the flags are already? Because my question to you is, what is he saying? Can you see? And he's, of course, his education level is the same like Daniel's. I mean, he doesn't say he's wishing a happy Thanksgiving to anybody because he's a victim. He's been wished happy Thanksgiving. Okay. By the way, a year ago and 2 years ago, you didn't wish a happy Thanksgiving either on Facebook. So that's not his style that he has. So why do we care that you've been wished a happy Thanksgiving? What does he try to indicate? He tries to indicate that he is so unhappy that he wouldn't be able to wish anybody a happy Thanksgiving. Here, between November 24 and October 23, October 1st, 23, he didn't make any Thanksgiving post. So it's not like he is the type of person who updates everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, and it's this time again, and I love my family. No. So we don't really care that you've been wished a happy Thanksgiving because it doesn't matter. You wouldn't make a public post about that anyways. Maybe you give it in private to people. I don't know. But, this post is public right now. I've been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy each night. Okay. You are a victim. You're not happy. Every single night, you're not happy. Okay, we got it. You got it, dude. Okay. Let me put my my gloves on, my fluffy or my satin gloves, so I touch you very gently, okay? Because that's a warning. That's him saying, I'm suffering, something like that. What is he not happy with? Let's see. But I'm not happy each night. Okay. So do you mean you cannot wish people a happy Thanksgiving this year? And instead of doing it, you're telling us, well, I need to speak right now. Let me tell you why I'm not happy. And I can't wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I would rather read Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And please don't stop looking for Jack and Lily. I miss them. They're my grandchildren. I love them. I hope we find them. I don't know what to do. So please do what you can. Help us. We need it now. Pray for us. Pray for Jack and Lily. That's the kind of stuff. But look at this jackass. Been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy each night I think of Lily and Jack. Wow. He's thinking about Lily and Jack? That's why he's not happy. Got it. So you mean you're so unhappy because you're suffering with Jack and Lily. You are thinking about, No, that's not what he is saying at all. Check it out. Been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy each night. Each night I think of Lily and Jack running up driveway, calling me Grampy when I picked up my own grandkids. So there are two things right here. A, Jack and Lily considered him grandpa. And they liked him. That is what he is, what is so important for him to tell you. Jack and Lily liked me. They ran up the driveway calling me Grampy. I'm a good guy. They like me. I picked up my own grandkids. Yep. Jack and Lily were not your own grandkids. You're making this very clear. And you're not smart enough to sort of use some flowery language to hide the fact in this type of situation. And you're making Jack and Lily not any more of a priority because they're missing. So there is one way that you are telling us Jack and Lily looked at you, but that is not quite the opposite, actually, of how you looked at Jack and Lily. My own grandkids. There's a huge difference. So he's not even trying to make it sound like he cared about them, like he did about it. There's a big distancing right here. Picked up my own grandkids once after Jack's birthday. And then the accusation comes. Not one thought about what Jack and Lily are going through. Not one piece of sadness. Not one moment of, you see how he starts it? You would think, I've been wished a happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy each night I think of Lily and Jack. The end. That would be appropriate. I miss them. They were my... No. Running up driveway, calling me Grampy, because I'm a good guy. Well, yeah, he probably came by there to bring food and stuff that Daniel... you took... Okay, let's go on. When I picked up my own grandkids once after Jack's birthday, asked why I wasn't invited. Again, he's a victim here. Malehya said only family were invited. Okay, Malehya is a bad person. But not only Malehya. I was more grandparent to those children than any one of their real ones ever were. Sorry for rant, but it's time I started speaking up. Okay, so this is a blaming post. Right, of course it is. Why else would you bother to make a post about Lily and Jack? Unless you use the opportunity to blame somebody and point the finger at Malehya's family and Malehya. Okay, you were, well, wait a minute. Patty was the great-grandparent, but she was a lot more of a grandparent than anybody else, right? Except, at the time when Belinda hasn't been able to see him. Right? And Patty, of course, Earl knew his son. So he did it differently. He didn't say, here's my credit card and forget about the 8,000 you stole from. No. Earl was different, probably, from what I understand. He said, no cash for you, Daniel. But I will go shopping. I will buy groceries. I will load up maybe whenever I go into town. And I will bring you the food. I will make sure the fridge is full enough. I make sure you, your children, and your girlfriend are eating. Because I know that you're spending thousands on your hobbies and then struggling for food. So he did that. But he only took a responsibility that, his son didn't take. right? Each night I think of Lilly and Jack running up driveway. Is that the only thing you're thinking about when you think about Lilly and Jack? Or are you trying to be scriptedly poetic here with us? Trying to picture. Calling me Grampy when I picked up my own grandkids. Yep. See, no self-awareness. That whole family has zero self-awareness, guys. None, what's especially Janie. Zero. Daniel, when he speaks, I believe he had success bullshitting people. Not the brightest people in the world, but he had certain success bullshitting people. And that's where his confidence comes from, where he says, let me just talk. So slogan, let me talk. I handle it. People believe me. Yeah, what kind of people? But you see, this self-awareness level, or the absence of self-awareness, any type of self-awareness, is just unfreaking real, man. Once after Jack's birthday, asked why I wasn't invited. He's trying to tell us he actually wanted to go. But did he really want to go? Did he not know about it? You know, he doesn't tell us that he wanted to attend. Maybe he would have. Maybe it wasn't the case. But he wasn't invited. Malehya said only family were invited. So the dislike for Malehya is something that he needs to express. He wants to express the dislike for Malehya and her family, but zero concern for Jack and Lilly. Absolutely none. That's why when I see a statement like that, I just want to slap the guy. But now we also realize when we ask ourselves, why is he going on? Parents have sort of shown him. People model themselves after their parents. In their childhood, kids model themselves after their parents. Mannerism, everything. Especially after the same-sex parent. Right? A boy will look at a father and say, okay, one day I'm going to be like that. And maybe I should, either I want to be like this, or some boys, they will say, oh my God, I want to be nothing like my dad. And there are boys who see that their father's alcoholic and beats up the mom. And he, these are the kind of boys that one day grow up to be men, and they're at a party somewhere and everybody's like, what? You won't have a glass of wine? Not even one zip? Not one beer? What's wrong with you? And there are quite a few people that I met in my life who say, even when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, my friends were doing it. All I can think about is when when I remember how my dad smelled, the smell of alcohol and the deadness in his eyes, and my mother, and then he screamed at us, and then he threw something, and this and that. That can also be of course, that you model yourself after your same-sex parent, but you can also model yourself in the reverse manner, where you say, I'm scared to be like that. I never want to be like that. I have a friend who, they grew up hippie style in the outskirts of San Diego. And no running water, just a trailer, somewhere by a river. And he said, I'm terrified to be like my dad. So I work my ass off every single day because my dad never really had an income and this and that. So doesn't mean you don't love your parent, but you sort of look at them in a way where you say, okay, how do I want to be? How do I, these are my options here. But I think Daniel is the type that really has arrested development. I think he started using substances at a very early age in his life, which is why he's now a 34-year-old guy still fascinated with Pokemon. You know what I mean? Because the moment that the age that you are when you start using these kinds of drugs heavily, that's sort of when your maturing stops. And you can be 50 years old and still have a sort of a 14, 15-year-old boy's mentality. Because you were practicing escapism. You were using substances, you were. So I think that he simply thinks it's the norm, the way his parents are. So when he goes on his rants, he thinks, well, it worked for my dad. That's what my dad did to win my mom over. So it must be doing something right? No, dude, not really. One more time, man. Oh my God. Been wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy each night. Victim. I think of Jack, Lilly, and Jack. Every night I think of Lilly and Jack. Running up driveway calling, well, I don't need to go through this again. But you see how blatant, even in this post, he says, my own grandkids. He's making sure to tell us, I did not look at them as my own grandkids at all. I'm not going to say what or who they were to me, but definitely not my grandkids. There is a huge distinction. I didn't take ownership of them in any, but then again, he has done more for them than Malehya's family. Well, what have you done? Yes, you provided food for the household. But you also knew Daniel, had a new child with Malehya, and you want your son taken care of. He was happy to have her there, and Jack and Lilly were just there. Okay, so this is already pathetic. This is really pathetic. Only family, I was more a grandparent, so this has nothing to do. There's not one good thing he says about Jack and Lilly, not one. There was more up here, right? Okay, I'm going to reverse. As for my last post about Lilly and Jack, I got much more to post as time goes on. Stay tuned. I've RCMP long enough. Now I'm getting pissed. What you getting pissed about, dude? I don't think you have a reason. You don't have a pot to piss in. This is about your son and not you, by the way. Your son and your own grandkids, by the way, that you're referring to, they said that your son abused Lilly and Jack, according to Daniel. So every time that I'm thinking, this is a cold case. By the way, Durwood just commented on one of my videos where I asked, is this a cold case in the making? And he said, 5.5 months, it is already cold. I think it's really the real Durwood. I haven't clicked on it, but that sounds like something he would say. So yeah, they're watching my videos, guys. Especially now that I'm not making as many videos as I did before. People are starting to watch the older ones, which is not a bad thing necessarily. But I kind of like this style where I only come on when I get something interesting. Meaning it doesn't matter if it's midnight, if it's 4 a.m., if it's whatever, if it's lunch hour, if it's rush hour, doesn't matter. So government in Nova wants RCMP to learn Micmac. But when Lilly and Jack went missing, no roadblocks were put. But just in case of an abduction, officers I asked knew nothing how that worked. An inquiry is needed now. People on my friends list need to step up support. Oh, yes. First of all, he talks about Micmac, First Nation, right? Yes, there's leakage. There's finger-pointing leakage. Because he knows what a narrative, the type of narrative that a lot of people are entertaining. He knows about it. The narrative that they have been taken by Malehya's family to a reservation. So it's not a coincidence that he learned Micmac. And I guess what he's referring to is that the government in Nova Scotia wants their police officers to learn Mi'kmaq language, at least enough to be able to communicate, something like that. I don't know what political brouhaha is going on over there. I don't care, but the fact that he cares makes me care enough to say, holy shit, holy crap, he wants to throw that example in there. There are many other examples he could pick where bureaucracy or where some decisions are made that made no sense to you. There are so many examples, but he's using Mi'kmaq for a reason, guys. He wants your mind to go there. He wants your mind to go to the reservation alongside with the narrative. And Durwood commenting on my video, well, I guess he's back in full swing. This is, by the way, 2 weeks old. I missed it. But it's interesting. This was his first sort of, when Lilly and Jack went missing. Active language towards Lilly and Jack, right? No roadblocks were put. There we go. The abduction by a relative or known person theory. But just in case of an abduction, officers I asked knew nothing how that worked. What? They told you, we don't know how to do that. Just shut the hell up. I'm sure they said that. I mean, if you have the way of talking like Daniel, you see Daniel when he talked to the RCMP officer and Oliver and all of these people and said, I need to go back I need to look for Jack, blah, 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 blah. They probably say, okay, you wore me down, dude. Just go. And maybe he has the same kind of way. Remember how he talked to Tint? Anybody have that video, by the way? If you do, send it to me in my inbox or email if you have it. If you otherwise, don't worry about it, right? I will do a different live for Alan Greenberg. I don't know if I do it right now or when. No, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to keep these things separated from now on, right? Because people don't know what to click on when they're looking at my lives. So I think it may be a better idea that when I'm done with this topic, I'm just going to stop and then, do another live for a completely different topic. I think that's what I need to do, because otherwise it's too hard for people to find anything that they want to reference at a later point. I'm reading your comments now. Yeah, because I tried to find my own videos recently and I couldn't. I mean, yeah, I can find my videos. I know where they are. But I didn't know what they were about. And I'm not the most patient person. So I was like, holy shit, man. No wonder people only comment on the old ones that have a specific title. But I'm going to take my time here. And don't worry. I mean, I don't want to keep anybody up. But there's a good chance in an hour or two, I'm going to make another video. That's going to be about Alan Greenberg. And that's the talk of that is the big one. So I'm going to allow myself to make more and more videos about other cases, but I will make sure that I'm going to immediately title them otherwise. So those of you who come here because Jack and Lilly are your priority or the only priority at this particular time, I don't want to waste your time to click on something and then say, oh shit, what am I watching here? I don't care about Alan Greenberg, So it's half and half with my audience, that half of you are more interested in statement analysis, and maybe less than that. And the other part is more interested in Jack and Lilly in general. But when Lilly and Jack went missing, they went missing. It's up to them. It's their responsibility, kind of, right? Lilly and Jack went missing. And by the way, about Alan, I'm going to use Peter Hyatt's analysis as well. And I don't agree with everything that he said, but the vast majority. So I'll be able to point a few things out that I have learned over the years. So he doesn't say they were abducted. He doesn't say, they went missing. Okay, no roadblocks were put, but just in case of an abduction. Oh yeah, this makes no sense. No roadblocks were put. Now he feels the need to tell us, but just in case of an abduction. He cannot linguistically commit to the belief that there was an abduction. But he's insinuating that you should have had roadblocks there because there could have been an abduction, meaning he's planting the seed that if there was one, the abductors could have gotten away with it because there was no roadblock. That's the message he's sending to all of you. They didn't wander off into the woods. Of course, nothing happened in the house with my son there. So, yeah. How could they have been abducted? Because police failed. They didn't have roadblocks. One moment, I'm getting coffee. Jeez, man, this is golden. So just when I think, I don't even know what to talk about anymore, because I tried to start a live in my member section about Alan. Nobody, Grendel, I think I understand people are sometimes coming later, but I thought, I can do this in public also. That's when I get something like this. Daniel, Janie, and Earl, all of them, and Logan, they are leakers. They are linguistic leakers to the max. And they all think they're pretty smart. Well, Daniel said, because they had experience being able to bullshit people. So they think everybody is stupid. When you look at Janie's body language, when she leans over and almost gets in people's faces, like in that interview with that woman, she's used to getting her way. She thinks she's pretty bright, she's pretty convincing, she's pretty capable of convincing the public. Give me the microphone, let me give an interview. I'm gonna set it all straight. I know how to do that. Logan the same way. They all have the same type of mentality, people. Daniel did too in the beginning. He thought he did a wonderful job with his fake crying. By the way, remember when he did the fake crying, when he mentioned Jack. Don't only look at the fact he was doing fake crying and Jack, that's when he started his fake crying. So something about Jack, something that happened to Jack triggers him to think, this is whom I need to pretend to cry for. And that is why initially my thought was maybe Jack is dead and maybe Lilly, I don't know. But then I got in the kitchen related, Jack was out kind of, then I got those statements. And yes, more and more, the more statements are coming my way, the more convinced I become. Something happened in the kitchen to Jack. So he's not telling us he believes. He's unable to tell us that he thinks there was an abduction. That leads me to believe Earl knows what happened. In my opinion only. I believe Earl Martell knows what happened to Jack and Lilly, guys. He would be stronger linguistically, not saying just in case. There would be no minimizing. He would say, they must have been abducted. Officers I asked knew nothing how that worked. Bullshit. They know how it worked. But of course, I wouldn't be surprised if they told him, we don't know how this works. Now, is that it? You have another question? Get out of here. Yeah, that's possible. And it upset him. Knew nothing how that worked. An inquiry is needed. What? Into what? Police activity? Now people on my friends list need to step up support. How? What do you need from me? Oh my God, it's storming outside. Just in case you're wondering what it is. Wow, dude. Is there anything I'm missing? Now I'm looking at your comment section, people. Yeah. No, he cannot linguistically commit to an abduction, people. He can't do it. He cannot do it because lying directly is harder than just planting a seed or two. And exactly that's what he wants to do. Does anybody have... Okay, where can I find Earl Martell talking to Tint? Is it on... it was on Clutched and Pearls, right? The whole thing? 5 months ago today, and things seem going nowhere. It's all just blowing in the... What is blowing in the wind? The blanket? The clothes? What is blowing in the wind? What do you know about? Because a blanket was found close to your property. And the boot print also, but that was off of the road. What else has been blowing in the wind? Were you at the pipeline that day to search? Did your son tell you something must have been blowing in the wind? Like the star from Lilly's jacket or backpack? Other items? What are you referring to? 5 months today, and things seem going nowhere. Seem going nowhere. Seem. He's a little careful with this. He doesn't say are going nowhere. Seem, because, hey, I'm pretty sure when they talk to each other, it's all about, we don't know what the RCMP is doing, what they're thinking. So he's very careful to commit to saying it's going nowhere. It's all just blowing in the wind. Very interesting leakage right here, guys. There's something's on his mind, not necessarily from experiential memory of him doing or witnessing something, but from somebody talking about something. No, I didn't know this, Jerry Lynn. So Malehya reported Belinda to... Oh, yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah. That was a couple of months ago, right? That Malehya did that? Yes, Grendel, I have no doubt that him and Durwood are pretty close by now. Maybe before, no, probably not. But now they are. They know they're on the same side. And let's be real here. Durwood is the one who gave them such a break. Durwood gave Daniel a major break, people, a major break. A major break. That's why they want this narrative to keep on going, no matter how dumb it is. They know if people think... Now, Daniel is careful. He doesn't want to point the fingers at Malehya at all. He knows what happens if he does. No matter how angry he is, he has given up on that. Right? But, if you want to, please keep looking in that direction if you already are. Right. It was her family that came by, right? Without her noticing, without Fluffy noticing anything. Nobody noticed anything. Right. I cannot understand how these people can be so deceptive so openly. You don't need to be a top analyst to recognize that. I mean, anybody. I mean, in my opinion, every single police officer should learn at least a very basic statement analysis crash course, something like that. Which actually I'm putting together in a written form for now. And then I don't know, audiobook, whatever. But some things I do better in writing, I suppose. They should know enough to say, wait a minute, let's not look anywhere else until this guy gets his language straight, until he linguistically can commit to something, right? Look what they did in California with Emmanuel Harrow's parents. I mean, sure, the difference was, okay, he probably cracked the father in the interrogation. Daniel didn't crack. Well, pun semi-intended. Maybe he was wired. I don't know. But in that interrogation, it lasted 4 hours. Guess what, people? He didn't break. And I think the father of Emmanuel Harrow probably broke. You know what I mean? I don't remember if they arrested him first and took a chance. They probably did. But they're doing it differently in Nova Scotia. Maybe. I don't know. They have maybe more rules to go by. You know, different law enforcements have very different modems of operandi. Some just go for it and then cover it and fix it later if they accuse somebody or if they can't get a confession or whatever, and they say, we let him go. It's different up there from what I have learned. I don't know if they did search Earl's property. I think Daniel mentioned his uncle Ron, right? I don't know about his father. Maybe Earl refused. I don't know. I would love to ask him. Maybe Earl said, you have no probable cause. Let me see if I can find that video of Earl. And I think it's Clutched and Pearls, right? Give me a second. Clutched and Pearls, Earl Martell. The crap. Clutch them pearls, Earl Martell. Shit, man. I'm trying to find it, people. Yeah, la 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 la. Okay, I got the channel Clutch. And let me see if I find it there. Because I want to just see how he talked. Now I'm interested again. I don't know if they searched his property. I don't know. We don't know. And that's the problem, that we don't know, right? We don't know a lot of things. He's only doing lives, right? Like every day. Yeah. God, man. I can't find it right now. I'm still looking though. I'm just looking for the picture of his in the thumbnails. How's everybody doing tonight? Should have some music, right? Nah. I'm gonna keep it very much to the point. I don't see it, guys. The waterfall, I hear. Yeah, there's a storm coming right now. So if my life ends, okay, yeah. I like this night owl stuff because nobody is like, oh, I wish I could listen more, but I got an appointment, I got this to do. Let me help you sleep. Let's say it like that. If my pausing helps you go to sleep, then I did at least something right. Crap, man, I cannot find it. Oh my god. Thunder and Earl. That should be the title of this video. Thunder and Earl. I really want to find it, man. Just so we can get an idea of how he speaks, his pattern. Anybody know when that was? Was it 4 months ago? I don't know, guys. Hey, Cyndy. Everybody I didn't mention yet, thank you for coming in. Look at the chat, people, because I'm here looking for something. And needless to say, I drink a lot of coffee at this time of the night. That doesn't mean I'm not getting sleepy. They don't want them found. Okay, da 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 da. This is unreal. Okay, I'm checking my messages and then I'm done. If nobody sends it. Anyways, guys, I think you all remember, right? We've seen it probably many, many times. Really? Jules, can you send it to me if you find it? Yes, AB had it. A Balance had it on, right? Let me see. Oh my God. Don't worry, I'm okay. You know what? Maybe he misspelled Earl because I guess Earl is with an E at the end. And I may have done the same thing in the beginning. Oh, here we go. I hope this is it. Let me see.
Mine hasn't dropped. See if they...
But it doesn't matter. We'll go with what. Yeah, right. No matter what, you've got to be.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Heaven's sakes. Being Tin, I believe, on camera, so he's getting a cam back. What are you doing?
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. That was on Joseph Morris's actually originally, but I'm gonna watch it on A Balance's chat right now. Give me a second. A Balance's YouTube account. Give me a second. You guys are great. That's why I love doing lives. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so beautiful when somebody fills in the blanks for me.
What are you doing? Just imagine the amount of YouTubers that are going to show up now.
That's funny. Not one of them YouTubers, are you?
Is there anything wrong that parking my car here?
Yeah, parking. Being an idiot.
For what?
So, you can YouTube all you want. You low-life little
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You can smell. Wow. That's the first time actually I see that.
You know what is crazy right now? You know what's crazy? This is so freaking weird. I'm posting from AB's chat, AB's YouTube channel, but what he had on was actually my video where I'm featuring Joseph Morris's video. This is becoming a real circle jerk. By the way, hi Joseph Morris. I know you watch me once in a while. Maybe I should find the Joseph Morris one because this is too much commenting, man. Yeah, lightning crashes. So now you have the thing where I comment, AB comments, and Joseph comments. Give me a second. You see, late at night, nobody judges. Everybody is already tired. Nobody's saying, come on, man, find it, post it. What's wrong with you? So that was about 2 months ago, right? And Joseph only makes videos. He doesn't do lives. So it should be easy for me to find this. Give me a second.
เริ่ม
There we go.
leaving only a torn pink blanket. So this bombshell locked behind a Globe and Mail paywall is one I'm sharing fresh with you.
Let me get some
so
coffee.
I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe as we dive into this chilling mystery together. So Lansdowne Station, a tiny hamlet in Nova Scotia's Pictou County, sits 150 kilometers northwest of Halifax. It's a cellular dead zone choked by dense spruce forests, sharp bushes, and bogs buzzing with black flies. A century ago, Scottish miners dug iron and copper here. Now, abandoned mine shafts and rusted car skeletons litter the dirt roads. A single train wails daily. So 1 in 5 kids here live in poverty worse than most of Nova Scotia. Lilly and Jack lived in a cluttered trailer off Highway 289 with their 27-year-old mother, Malehya Brooks.
And let me also add to this, if Pictou County is like the toilet of Nova Scotia, and I'm sorry if some of you are offended by this, I didn't say it, that's what somebody else indicated. Well, then maybe the CPS has their hands full, right? And they're kind of desensitized, and they are like, you know, things are considered more normal that shouldn't be. Maybe. That's just my thought.
A Sipikanaktik First Nation member, their 34-year-old stepfather, Daniel Martel, and baby sister, Meadow. The trailer, owned by Daniel's 60-year-old mother, Janie McKenzie, had holes in the front stoop and tarps under the floor. A massive wood stove crowded the living room. Lilly's artwork hung near a sliding patio door to a yard with a chicken coop where the kids played. Jamie, overwhelmed by noise, moved to a camper in the driveway. On May 2nd at 6:15 a.m., Malehya marked Lilly and Jack absent from Salt Springs Elementary, a 20-minute bus ride, citing Lilly's cough. Daniel and Malehya heard them playing while dozing with Meadow.
Let me show you some else before I forget. Let me show you some else about, oh my God. What is this all about? Give me a second. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. And you know who you are, who sent it to me. I will tell you. Okay, here we go. Cyndy said she called on video chat to see the kids, but nothing about the... Okay. On May 1, can you see this? Oh, let me make it smaller. Can you see this? All of it? No, holy crap. What is... Oh, okay. Okay. This is from the documents, right? There was a on May 1st, there was a missed call from Malehya, from Cyndy, calling Cyndy at 2:52 p.m. and a video call at 3:37 p.m. Cyndy said she called on video chat to see the kids, but nothing about the call stood out in her mind. On May 2nd, 2025, okay, that's when Lilly were reported missing. There was a missed call from Malehya 8:28 a.m. Malehya Brooks Murray called Cyndy Murray, 8:28 a.m. 8:28 a.m., people. Let that sink in. Interesting is an understatement. When you sent me this, it blew my mind away. Malehya tried to call her mother Cyndy at 8:28 a.m. To be honest with you, there's so much deception in that timeline, I don't really pay that much attention to it. But I want to point out something else. Don't worry, I get right back to it. I get right back to it, guys. Don't worry. Because this is really important. And this is from the audio of the dispatch. Otherwise, what are the details? Have they been gone a long time? 0800, 8 a.m. The kids have been missing. That's what one dispatcher tells the other. How did they get this information? How often did Malehya correct herself from her original statements? What time did they go to bed on Thursday? 8? Later she said 9. Why the need to correct yourself? Did you tell them first that the kids had been missing at 8 a.m., but somebody fucked up the script and all of a sudden you had to change things? Isn't that interesting? How these dipshits dig themselves into the wrong holes all the time. Yet they still continue not only to be free, but go on this propaganda campaign trying to convince everybody else that they have nothing to do with anything. Why are you avoiding the truth? This is major avoidance here, avoidance of facts, if this is correct. Let me see this. Got a call from her brother, Ron, at 8:40. Okay, so 8:28, Malehya tries to call her mother, Cyndy, and 8:48, Ron calls Janie. She originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. before she talked to Ron, but later clarified the timeline of her second statement. So first, Janie McKenzie said by the time that her brother Ron called, she might have already learned that Jack and Lilly were gone. So let me get this straight. At 8 a.m., according to the dispatcher, the children were already known to have been gone. 8:28, she calls her mother Cyndy, who doesn't pick up, missed call. And Janie said originally, before 8:48, she already knew Jack and Lilly were not there. And he said no, not yes. Yeah. Should I call 911? No, not yet. Absolutely. Again, I believe that's leakage from the night before. That something happened to Jack and she asked, should I call 911? But isn't that something, man? Now I got to rename this video. Not about Earl, but make it about... wow. Ain't that a trip, man? But then she changed it. Lilly came in the room 8:20 a.m. a couple of times. That's not coincide. That's not aligning with anything, right? If it's 8:20 a.m., you call your No. Again, all of this, Lilly coming in the room, that was Thursday night. She remembered, that's experiential memory from Thursday night, in my opinion. When she said, should I call 911? I believe that something happened to Jack. And she said, instinctively, I knew I should call because something was wrong with Jack, in my opinion. Check this out. There we go again from the missed call. So all the time that she claims to be asleep, and by the way, remember my first videos about this? When even Logan talked about how Cyndy was there pretty early and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Well, I believe that Logan knew that Malehya had at least tried to call her mother. I believe that was, long before 911 was called. She tried to reach out to her mother. There was a missed call from Malehya, 8:28 a.m. So all the time she was supposed to be asleep? No. So you tried to call your mom, 8:28. It was a missed call. Mom didn't pick up. Then you called her at 10:40, 2 hours and 12 minutes later, and your mom still didn't pick up? Did you have another way of notifying your mother about something? What did you want to talk to your mother about at 8:28 a.m.? Your mother, who doesn't feel like returning your calls or answering them either. So if people say she didn't have a close relationship with her mother, I believe that. Of course, Logan wanted to use it to her advantage, to paint her family life, to highlight things negatively from Malehya's family life in order to overshadow how crappy things were in that trailer with Daniel. I mean, she was using it to her advantage. But your mom got a missed call here. This is sort of like Janie, who for 2 hours wouldn't, after 2 hours, finally she answered you because she was at the pipeline. I don't know. Did you have a different way of letting her know something? I don't know. This is highly sensitive, people. At 8:28 a.m., Malehya tried to call Cyndy. That's gonna be the title of my video. See, I did it again. I mixed up the topics. I'm gonna have a long title, like some of the other people. Maybe that works well. I like him short and to the point, but so be it. The kids were already missing, of course. Kim, welcome. Nice to have you here, Kim. Are you you're not at work yet, right? Either way, either who, either how. At 8:28 a.m., people, Malehya Brooks Murray tried to call her mother, whom she didn't have a great relationship with. About what? About what did you feel the need to call your mom at 8:28? That supposedly you didn't have a great relationship with. And why did your mommy not answer? And 2 hours and 12, wait, what is it? 2 hours and 12 minutes later, you tried to call again, your mom still didn't answer. Maybe mom was sick and tired of her and her problems. Maybe she said, we made all the arrangements with the U-Haul to get you out of there. You didn't take it, you know what? Don't call me about your problems again because you don't let me help you. That's a possibility too. What a find. Yes. Kim, I'm so happy to have you back. Holy crap. And the person who sent me this, let me know if I can. I don't even know who I can reveal anymore. But thank you so much to the person who I'll be happy to name who sent me this information. Absolutely gorgeous, wonderful. Malehya heard the kids playing in the bedroom about 8. Really? But so why did the dispatcher say the kids have been missing since 8? Where did he get the information from? How was he so sure about that? She heard silence. How do you hear silence? And you know what? There's a good chance that this actually came from her. I heard silence. You actively heard something that wasn't there. Not the absence of their voices, but silence. That also, by the way, and I'm going to get soon into the Alan Greenberg thing, and I'm going to use the old analysis from Peter Hyatt to highlight some of the most important parts. And he is extremely sensitive to these types of wordings. Now, these analyses are not always 100%, but very, very, very close. So overall, it paints the right picture and leads us always in the right direction for police to do a more efficient service. She heard silence. That is an indicator of death, the absence of life. And told Daniel she didn't hear. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we know all this. Uncle Ron was there. Okay. Huh. Okay, back to Earl Martell. That's what you missed earlier, Kim. Earl Martell's new statements. But ain't that something, guys? No, I want to go back there. This is the find of the day. And it's not from me. It's from somebody who graciously... So she heard the kids playing in the bedroom at 8 a.m., right? 8 a.m. But the dispatcher said that the kids have been missing since 8 a.m. The reason is that Malehya changed her story so many times. And I believe she was definitive enough for them to go to run with 8 a.m. But the most important part, one more time, Lilly came in the room 8:20 a.m., she said. Not true, but that's what she said. And there was a missed call from Malehya to her mother at 8:28. Her mother that everybody says she doesn't really get along with. This is a kicker, people. This is a real kicker. This is a real kicker, people. Yep. Teaching is what I love, people. Passing on what I've learned as I learn more. Finding better ways. The timestamp on the message at school was, I think, 6:17 and 6:18. So it's an hour before, more than an hour before. Yeah, 6:17, 6:18. But look at this, man. Malehya tried to call Cyndy at 8:28 a.m. Wow. Daniel, what about all of your statements that she's been asleep the whole time? And what was so important that she needed to call her mom, whom you say she never got along with? And why didn't mommy answer? I don't have nothing else to say about this. Whose happiness? Me? You know, I'm happy when I find something out, Kim. When something new comes. Kim, were you here for the statements from Earl? If not, you gotta see the beginning. I can go back into them a little bit, and then I want to hear Earl one more time, man. Rather than Janie has a rake, maybe it should be now Earl. Be a man. This is a statement, Kim, that we looked at earlier. You don't need many, Kim, only the right one. Best wished, happy. Okay, I will not go back into this, but this is for the people who come later. This is a day old, and it's a statement from Earl Martell on Facebook, and there is so much in this statement. Obviously, Earl has never seen my channel or any channel that dives into any type of... Okay, let me hear Earl's bass line right now. Not musically speaking, but the bass. This is from Joseph Morris's channel.
Daniel says Lilly popped in and out, kilometer away on an 8. This clip from earlier, but this is Earl.
Okay, let's hear Earl in his own words.
Actually getting really angry at a influencer who was visiting the home.
Yeah, you sure can. What are you doing?
Earl Martell, the man.
Put your hammer down, bud. Be a man. Be a man.
Tell me, what can help you?
Are you the one that stole them kids?
Me?
Are you the one that stole them kids? Stealing is an interesting term too. Yeah. I'm bringing it back now.
Me?
Who stole them kids?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
Are you in here?
Are you?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
You're a idiot. Another one of them YouTubers, are you?
Is there anything wrong that parking my car in here?
You're not parking. You're being an idiot.
For what?
So, you can YouTube all you want. You low-life little
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
You can smile because you got a camera. That
Calm
you can take
down.
my picture. I don't have to calm down.
Who hurt you?
You're-
Now, why is he so upset? Well, the statement I've analyzed earlier, the new one, indicates that he didn't view Jack and Lily as his grandchildren, even though they called him Grampy. And He didn't have a connection with them. He felt the need to say my own grandchildren about his own grandchildren. The ones who ratted out Daniel about the abuse, according to him. So, in his heavenly wisdom,
You're the one that
Who heard you?
you
Who heard you?
you
Keep crying. Keep crying, man.
hate you YouTubers.
I'm not YouTuber.
Then what are you doing here?
I'm here looking for it. What are you doing? Bullshit.
There's a me then.
Because you took a picture of me first.
I live here.
So what? I can't come here to help? What the wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with you?
Walk away, little.
So let me know what you guys think about that interaction.
what I think about it, I think I talked about it before. But again, this was for getting me a baseline on the statements that Earl recently made. And this one is absolutely important to me, guys. And now I need you to tell me, are you tired? Is there anything of interest? What did I miss? My next video will be about Allen Greenberg. Soon as I feel ready for it. This is a powerful statement. There are two statements today. One is a fact. Trying to call her mother at wow, guys, what a trip, man. Anyways, people, I think this is it for today. And I think this was very, very powerful information right now. Can you imagine Janie and Earl married? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I can. I mean, I can't, but I can. Yeah, we're here for the kids, but we're here also for learning and for so anyways, any more questions, guys? If you don't have questions, if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to call it a night so you guys can all sleep. My next video, I will label about Allen Greenberg, unless there's something else that's coming up for me that's important about Jack and Lilly. But I'm going to call it a night. Good night, people. Thank you for coming. Please, if you haven't done so, watch the beginning where I'm going to talk about Earl Martell's statement. Thank you, Kim, for coming back. Thank you, Ray wrote it. Jerry, Sandy, Claudia, all of you. Especially thing that you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Good night, people. Or good day.